Oh, I can't take it. Oh.
Just a little longer, sir. It's starting to feel good. Perfect, sir.
My, the things one does to avoid from falling into the trappings of vanity. Think of how silly those men must be, those who seek out their physician as to the regulation of their meals, intake of wine, and to take up some sort of sport. It is most hard work being vainglorious. For those who must. Cricket, rouge, where is my rouge? Thank you. My cheeks no longer take to pinching, nor do I blush as easily either. Most people don't know me well enough or have the wit to make me crimson. Remember, Cricket, once somebody knows you well enough, they can use that information and use it to embarrass you upon social setting. At university, my best friend Finn was entrusted as my confidant. After a grave misunderstanding, he viciously told everyone my confidence. I never forgave him. I wonder whatever became of him. Oh, that's right. He pretends at concertos. There, I'm more bashful.
Yes, my lord. Like a milkmaid.
Oh, Cricket, look how I've gone on, ranting and raving about my hardships. Speaking of hardships, oh, Cricket, I am in a most sacred pain. I am falling in love again. It is true, this summer I spent the most glorious 2 weeks out in the country as my beloved's guest. So discreet was I out in her bush, that's the name of the town. A most delightful place with wondrous surrounding valleys. To savor the memory of her bush leaves no bitter taste upon thy tongue. Oh, Cricket, I cannot contain myself much longer. Since I do not have friends to confide in, I have you. You listen most attentively and offer no opinion whatsoever. I hate to be contradicted. Look here. I have a letter. I can smell a bush from here, but I know it reeks of a much deeper source. Oh, my dear, let me read to you this. This is a love letter. And since you will never, ever, ever know what it'll be like to get one, I shall share it with you, my dear, dear, dear nincompoop. My dearest love, I just had to write, no matter of the consequences. Somewhere in the back of my mind, your spirit is still roaming at her bush. How I let you pick at my tulips in the gardens, and how you were so fond of my rosebuds. You were most surprised when I showed you the barn and the mule I had inherited from my second uncle. You had such an instant liking to it. I remember how you tried to mount my ass, and so proudly said, I can ride your ass all day. Dearest, the love poems you had recited to me that were all written about you by others, and some penned by yourself too, and you would say, even I love myself, and that is no easy task when people in secret dislike themselves, but I I, my dear, love myself above all. Don't you see how foolish it would be for you not to love me? Oh, my darling, I fought it. I do love you as much as you do yourself. Perhaps not, but I am willing to try. Will you ever find it in your heart and let me be the second great true love of your life? Yours already, Prunella. Oh, Prince, I cannot bear it. I cannot contain myself. I am on my way to Prunella. I shall let her declare her love to me all she wants. I will make a fool of myself and let her carry on with her declarations of love to me. Cricket, I shall even let her kiss my hand. Look how I've gone on, ranting and raving about my troubles on your one day off, which I have graciously given to you from the very depths of my heart. Here, Cricket, have a splendid day off. Please, pay the butcher. You got money, right? Please, pick up my shoes. One pair is at payeth less. The other pair is at heels all yours. Pick up 3 pounds of powder. I must avoid freckling. Go to Sniffly's and tell him I need replenishing upon my toilet water. And tell him not to cheat me out of lavender extract. French, it must be French. I will not be caught smelling of some fields out in Bromley. Do not walk down Barrow Street, especially the milliner, the wine merchant, and my stocking maker. I owe them all money. Do not walk down During Street, especially the taverns, like Madame Florita's house of ale and sport. Sadly, those minions from debtor's prison remember you all too well. As my minion, you must be careful. And on your way back, 9, before 9, 9, please pick up my new mouse screws. I am going to let myself become vulnerable. I am going to let Prunella propose to me. And one more thing, Chrissy, and I say this with the utmost of importance. The other day, I was at Lady Savagevich's, and I let her confess to me several gossipings during tea. It turns out, young Lady Piper has run away from home again. She heard that she has taken to wearing disguises in order to avenge her broken heart. So be careful. The valet or footman you encounter might be a woman. Not that that would matter to you, man or woman. Ha! But I do know you shall speak of me. I am, after all, your most fascinating topic. That, well enough said, do not let anyone know of my debts, my angina, and matters of the heart. But you do know what to say should I come up in your conversation, since everything else you say is probably dull.
Yes, I speak of your honesty, frankness, humility, and endless charitable things that you have towards yourself.
Well said, well said. Oh, Cricket, look at the time. It is nearly 4. You better hurry. My generosity is endless. Oh, why am I so good to you?
Because I'm your cousin?
Cousin indeed.